Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Chimmel, the GOAT of ring announcers. And you're listening to the Marks Podcast on YouTube.
You know, this is going to sound so stupid. I still mark out for fucking Tony doing that for us. Well, he really, how bullshit aside, and I know that y'all been friends for years, but do you really understand how great he really is and was?
He's a legend in his own mind.
Okay, fuck you. He's like, but like for him to do that one was
hey, he will tell you how good he is. Just ask him.
Think about Jacob. Oh, Jacob, I know you're at work. We love you. We'll see you as soon as you can come back on. But that fucker, right? He was the voice for like Finkel was for you and me, right? That motherfucker right there was the voice of Jacob's generation. Does that ever fucking like mean anything?
If he didn't add that part to his announcing, is he the same announcer?
You tell me. You know him personally.
That put him to the Howard echelon.
I would argue that it was the stars that he announced for that put him to that level.
What I mean is, because Howard had the booming and new.
Well, but Tony has had the rated R, and then he had the John.
There were certain things that he could do to where, like Howard with the new, Chimmel with the rated R superstar. There's certain announcers to when you hear it, bam, you know exactly who they are.
Yeah.
Shut off your TV today. Do you know the difference between the two women announcing, the three women announcing, the two men announcers? It's like, wait a minute. I don't know who's doing it.
It depends on the hair, and then I can tell you.
No. What I mean by just listening to the voice. You knew Howard's voice. You knew Chimmel's voice. There's a couple other people like Gary Michael Capetta. You knew his voice.
Yeah.
These announcers today almost all sound the same.
I will say the Dapper Yapper's okay. I'm not saying he's the best, but he sounds okay. And I will say Samantha Irving had a fucking amazing fucking set of pipes.
But I'm just saying is though, even if you close your eyes, her and Alicia Taylor though, which one of them is announcing? I didn't know which one was announcing.
Yeah, well, I think that was also by design. I think WWE found somebody who looked like Son of the Hedgehog, but in the same breath sounded like Samantha Irving.
But that's what I'm saying is the fact of when it came to Howard and Tony, you knew who was doing it.
Yeah.
Right? But that's why it's one of those things where you go back. It's rinse, wash, repeat today. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They do everything wants to sound the same. Listen, Michael Buffer. When it came down to, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to, and I'm sorry, I don't get paid $100,000 to say it, so I ain't gonna say it. But you knew when he said,
I mean, again, but you also had his brother, Bruce, who was he's the face of announcing for the UFC, right? It's time, like when you hear that, that's him,
and that's what they've gotten away from, and not just in WWE, all announcing. Think about you had the one guy they had. The next match is scheduled for one fall. The fans would chant one fall. They told him to stop saying it because the crowd, he was getting more over than the boys.
Well, actually, that didn't start. No, that was a New Japan thing, and that's what carried over. It was an indie thing.
When we were watching the thing right here, something came to mind. Has wrestling right now taken a backseat to the Olympics, to the NBA, to hockey? You got baseball season starting. Football season just ended. Is wrestling right now doing anything to elevate themselves? Because, as you ask me right now, when it comes to the Olympics, WWE or AEW or TNA, they're not doing much to elevate themselves above.
Yeah, but I think the wrestling in a whole is bigger than the Olympics because, well, in the States, right? I'll say that wrestling here is a bigger deal, and I don't think that any other sport other than football really competes as far as viewership throughout the year with wrestling. I think that it still has that.
Because my big thing is when I asked you that, you had the NBA All-Star game. I think that was today too.
I don't even know about it.
Right. You had the USA hockey team playing today, which probably garnered views. My thing is for 2.5 weeks, you got professional wrestling going against the Olympics.
Okay.
Are the Olympics going to win out? I think they will because
I don't.
I
It's
think
the Winter Olympics.
yeah, I think more people watch.
Nobody gives a shit.
You're getting 10 million people. You're getting 10 million people a day watching them.
Was when it was about Tanya Harding fucking taking out
Oh,
home.
right now, 10 million people a day are watching.
Okay.
It's a 2-week period, and it's such a 2 weeks every 4 years. So yeah, I think it's going to completely beat out wrestling and anything else.
Is Tanya Harding coming back to have her revenge in a steel cage match with Nancy Kerrigan?
Tanya Harding versus Nancy Kerrigan. Talk about a script Vince would have loved to run.
Oh, jeez.
But
Hold on. Time out.
hey,
No, time out. This brings us to a fucking special announcement that I've been told that I can't say anything about, but she will. So
I will.
I leave it to the producer of this lovely show, the lovely Trips. Please take over.
We are not one for censorship on this podcast. However, I'm putting my one foot down because every week, no matter what the topic is, kind of like back in the old days of the internet, we could enter any search term and come up with lesbian porn. We could talk about anything on this show, and it ends up being about Vince. Vince is not to be a point of discussion this week because I will not have you two devolving into an argument back and forth about how he is or is not a piece of shit, whether he is or is not responsible for the amazing business that professional wrestling is today. He is a non-start topic this week. Thank you very much.
Before we go any further, I must say one thing.
But the fact is, he is a piece of shit. But okay, go ahead, Gerard.
I'm reading a report this week about Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, God.
And the name that came out, and one of the names that came out because of the Jeffrey Epstein. Ashley.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait a minute. How did her name get connected to? And I'm like, were they just throwing around anybody's name back then?
No. And I haven't had it in me to dig into that yet, but from my understanding, her name is associated with being involved in working with Ghislaine, not as a predator capacity, but in another capacity. But again, I haven't dug into it, but that's where her name is being mentioned.
And that's where I'll draw a line with that. Like, as far as that goes, no one will on this program will ever touch her. I won't allow that. She is the sole reason why we started doing any of this stuff. We wouldn't even know you, Gerard, if it hadn't been for our quest to fucking find some sort of resolution because of her. The infamous video that we got struck by WWE all those times, all that other stuff, because of her.
When I bring it up, I mean it because to me, to bring it up in the sense of she's already gone. What's the sense of even having her name associated with it? Nothing can be done.
So is Michael Jackson, but we also got validation that a man, hold on, I want you to hear this. A man that was accused of something so horrible for so many years has finally, after all of these years, been unvilified, I guess. Well, I mean, why would you put that?
Yeah, along those lines. Been vindicated.
Been vindicated for things that he didn't do? Because he was in the row.
What I meant by that is how many people are coming out in this Epstein file? It seems like somebody was just throwing any swinging dick's name out there.
No, so the files that have been dropped have come from multiple investigations, from investigations into his alleged death, investigations in Florida and New York for his wrongdoing. So it's FBI files that have been obtained. So it's not people just naming names. They're now dumping all the documents from investigations from, I'm assuming, since 2008 forward. And so however she was cited and my assumption is her name got brought up because part of the court records with Ghislaine is what has been released. And so that's why her name got out, because it's been made public, because those files have been made public.
I will say this. I am hoping Michael Barden, the famed pathologist, forensic pathologist, gets his way, gets to do the true autopsy, and I'm actually hoping they find out this was not a suicide. This was I am hoping they find out this was a homicide. Because I want to see who else is really attached to this guy in a way of...
He's not gone. He's still alive. Allegedly. Conspiracy.
Hanging out with Elvis?
No. There's photos. There's photos of him potentially. Well,
Allegedly in Tel Aviv right now.
I'm just saying, though, if he... to see if this autopsy comes out being true, to where he was murdered, where does it take the case?
I promise we're going to get to wrestling at some point.
I was going to say, welcome to the podcast.
I'm just saying it's the fact of
conspiracies.
To the names and stuff like that, and to have people who have already passed name re-drug in to where they don't need to be put in there. That's to me. That's
and I get that, but to move it back to wrestling and scandal and whatnot, you have a friend, a mentor, whose name has been dragged through the fucking mud, and wouldn't you want his name even after all these years to be fucking cleared?
I want the situation to be cleared in his name, yes.
Okay.
But I'll tell you this right now. For the people who are dragging it down, I wish there was a way, if they weren't, if the case was found to be BS, I honestly wish there was a way for the people who are going after to make them pay the family. Because
it's a civil suit.
I mean, to now try to turn around and say, hey, you're going against this person's character. You're saying all this stuff about him, but you can't prove nothing against a dead guy. Like I said, listen.
No, you can, Gerard. That's the thing. That's
it's a lot harder.
It is, but you can. The idea that you can't prove this stuff is look. All this stuff we're talking about, Epstein and shit, they're able to prove it because they have the correspondences. It's just what it is. Yeah, it's harder. And ultimately, what do you get? I mean, other than from their estate, if there is one to fucking claim. But I think at the end of the day, for me, and I think for you, it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with the estate. It has everything to do with righting a 40-year-old wrong, right?
It's righting a 40-year-old wrong for me.
Yeah.
It has everything to do with money for the other side.
I don't give a fuck about the other side.
That's what you get my point on that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the other side. I mean, whatever they're doing in the Panhandle of Texas and putting up their butts, I could give two shits.
You know, or hanging out in the bowels of Maryland, or wherever they're hanging out too.
Yeah. But speaking of people who like to overshare, even though they, most of the time they probably can be considered wrong. Your best friend and great fucking journalist, Dave Meltzer, put some shit out there that had nothing to do with the truth. You ready for this?
Oh, so should I be surprised?
I'm just saying, you love you some Dave Meltzer, is all I'm saying. Okay. And Brody King, all right? I love Brody King. I think Brody King is one of the most underrated fucking talents. Brody King, right? Now, that being said, as much as I like Brody King, maybe we don't agree on the same political stances. He wore an Abolish ICE t-shirt out to the ring. Fucking the fans popped on that shit, right?
That was in a foreign country, though, right?
No. It wasn't in Australia when they did it.
Oh, okay.
So he was saying this, blah, 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 Brody King being Brody King. And look, I don't agree with his stance, but I agree with the right for a man to speak his piece, right? I agree with a guy. Look, he is what it is. He's not doing anything violent. He has a stance. Cool beats. Your boy Dave Meltzer said that he wasn't on the week after the programming because WBD didn't want to have him on because they were afraid of the ICE chants and they were trying to censor him. Come to find out, WBD responded and said, no, the fuck we didn't. Had nothing to do with us. So what do you think about your boy Dave Meltzer getting it wrong?
Okay, like I just said, when does he get it right? Okay, that more or less the point to where 90% of what he says is like, if I threw 50 sticky notes against the wall, one of them's going to be right. It's like this. Hey, your birthday's this year. I'm going to be right out of 365. I will be right. He has 50 stories to stick against the wall. one of the 50's got to be right. And he goes, look at that. I was right.
One of my things is, and we've talked about this. In fact, we talked about it right before we came on live. When did Dave Meltzer become the fucking end all be all for wrestling? Like, okay, you and I have discussions. Sometimes we're right. We've guesstimated, and like for perfect example, we guesstimated that Natty was going to come back and that this is the character she really needed to do. We were looking forward to this character. We guesstimated that fucking Maxine Dupree was really going to turn it up enough so that even Jacob was like, oh my God, we're right. Oh my God, no, after this discussion. We never pretend to be fucking journalists. We're fucking opinions. That's all we are. But this guy, for some reason, if he speaks it, it's supposed to be fucking trusted as gospel. I didn't see this man walk on water. I haven't seen him turn water into wine. I don't know why the fuck Dave Meltzer, and at the point he's at, thinks that he gets to dictate how we're supposed to feel about wrestling.
And I'm going to tell you why. No respected journalist has ever challenged them. And until you're challenged in the wrestling business, what somebody has to come out, like, I'll put it like this. The guy from Dave LaGreca. How come Dave LaGreca's never gone after him and say, I'm calling most of your shit bullshit? Why hasn't somebody like that called them up?
Okay,
Bully Ray. You know, I'm saying you have other Thurston and stuff like that. You have other guys in the wrestling.
Don't get me started on fucking Thurston.
No, I'm saying is you have other guys in the wrestling thing to where Bill Abner even freaking praises Dave Meltzer. It's like, wait a minute. How can you praise a guy who started after you?
You know who doesn't praise Dave Meltzer?
Jim.
One Eric Bischoff.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jim.
Eric Bischoff ripped into AEW supporters after the latest award results, taking direct aim at Dave Meltzer and Wrestling Observer voters. He mocked the idea of gathering them together and asking, can you imagine if you could get all these Wrestling Observer voters in a room? And joking about hanging out there for an hour or two. Bischoff labeled Meltzer the head gooner they all look up to and claimed to see fans see wrestling through Dave Meltzer's lens, saying that the results were no surprise, that, quote, of course you're going to see these kind of responses. The most culturally isolated and irrelevant group of people you can ever imagine, follow Meltzer. He closed by questioning the legitimacy of the awards altogether, stating, I don't know why anyone would expect any of these categories to have anything sensible.
I'll put you like this. The Slammy Awards were more up and up than sometime when Dave Meltzer comes out of his mouth. Okay?
Slammies.
Oh no, but to go back to what Bischoff said, I don't always agree with Bischoff, but they had some fucking match. And I love Kenny Omega, but they had Kenny Omega against somebody as the fucking match of the year. They had Mystico as the wrestler of the year. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't like CM Punk's gimmick right now. I don't like what he's been. I don't like his style in the ring right now. But you're going to tell me that CM Punk isn't your wrestler of the fucking year?
Let me ask you this right now, and I hate to admit this. A one-on-one match with anybody in AEW right now versus Logan Paul. Give me anybody in AEW right now versus Logan Paul.
Ospreay.
That's a 5-star match, right?
It could be.
Give me one guy in AEW can work with somebody in WWE, make it a 5. Because I think right now Logan Paul, I hate to say it, I think right now Logan Paul is probably the most gifted athlete.
Swerve Strickland.
I was going to say, he's about to say Swerve.
I'm going to say, I think Logan Paul right now is the most gifted athlete on either roster.
I think Swerve Strickland is.
Because I'm thinking Logan Paul is because he gets under you with his promos, but then you want to see what he does in the ring.
Swerve Strickland went to a man's house with his child in the fucking crib and threw his t-shirt on the baby. He broke into a man's house with his child in the house. He caused a feud where Hangman Adam Page then set Swerve Strickland's childhood home on fire because he was so affected. That is great storytelling. And he has the ability. MJF, that's what I was going to go to next, told fucking Jeff Jarrett that he is the king of destroying companies and talked about his wife in a provocative way.
Let me ask you this.
You're telling me that Logan Paul...
All I got to say is Steve Austin, Brian Pillman. You're going to tell me they didn't rerun that story.
How'd they rerun that story? How was that a rerun?
Oh, I'm sorry. Instead of with a gun, all they did was with torching a house.
All they did was torch a house. That's what you're going to say.
You had the other one with a gun, and you actually had cops showing up. Like they actually thought that stuff was real. Just
You're
like
going to tell me that a man, this is a story-based television. Right. You're going to tell me that this whole fucking thing with Steve Austin and Pillman was more intense than a guy going to a man's childhood home.
You got a gun.
Hold the fuck on. A man showed up to a guy's childhood home that after all these years, he was able to buy right out so he could raise his children there. And because he had wronged him at a previous time, he burned it to the ground.
Here's my thing.
And that was only the middle. That was only the middle of their storyline.
Suspension of disbelief on this. I always thought the Austin Pillman thing was much more believable than going and burning somebody's house down.
Hold on. We're going to do a third party. Tur, you've seen the burning building, right? I showed you that.
You showed me that.
You've seen Stone Cold break into Brian Pillman's house with a gun?
No, I have not.
Oh. Well, okay. So then listening to these stories, you think, which would you be more like, oh my God, that really just happened?
Well, I don't know.
Remember, you sleep in this house.
That ain't right.
Swerve Strickland is a monster.
Oh, look at that. Perfect answer. Perfect.
I know where my bread's buttered.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying to you is what we're seeing right now, and from this motor mouth, the fountain of misinformation.
Oh, 100%. I will look. Here's the thing. I'm not the biggest WWE fan, right? If we're talking about this show, you and me and Jacob, you and him lean more towards WWE, but me and him know the indie stuff, right? It's a good balance. But if it's just you and me, you're the fucking WWE mark. I'm more of the AEW indie mark. But I will have to give WWE its due. The shit they had with Drew McIntyre against CM Punk is not even on your fucking radar there, David, Mr. Meltzler.
I don't think he's given WWE a 5-star match since Benoit and Angle.
Well, no, not because he used to have a hard on for Spike. I'm not gonna say his fucking name because we were sworn not to talk about him. But his issues with fucking Spike and his fucking stupid Uncle Polly haircut or whatever, because he didn't get to be part of the company back then. It's well noted. This isn't shit I'm making up. This is some shit from back in the day, in my opinion. Okay, because these motherfuckers like to sue people nowadays. But no, the motherfucker has a problem because he didn't get to be part of the show. He didn't get to take Coco Beware's bags in and become a fucking ring boy like you did. So now he's bitching and moaning and all this other shit.
Oh, wait a minute. And the one person who blocked him from becoming an employee.
Yeah, Uncle Polly.
No.
Who?
Because he got caught. He got caught in the back because this individual would bring him to the shows, but all he wanted to do was go up to the wrestlers and yap and then write about it. He got caught doing it when he was told not to do it. And that certain individual, he's passed away right now. And, we've talked about this certain individual before. But, Part Marks seems to conveniently forget that it wasn't for that individual.
Who was the individual?
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
What was it?
Mel.
Oh.
He's the one. He used to come to the cow. You used to go to the cow.
Wait, hold on. So then why is he jumping on this fucking bandwagon against Mel too?
Because he's the reason why he didn't. Because he got caught going into the back, getting all the stories on the boys, starting his dirt sheet. He wanted to get into the industry, and Mel's like, "You're going to do this? No, you can't be around here." Then he held a grudge because he got caught doing it.
Why don't they ever talk about that?
Because that's the thing.
No, you have a guy who helped you out, right? You had a guy who helped you out, got you your foot in the door, and he asked you to do one thing. Look, you can talk to these guys, you can have conversations, but don't use my fucking generosity to get you here to these guys.
Don't go from talking to me, getting on a payphone, calling your boy, and having him write a story. So before you even leave the building, that story's already printed on a piece of paper. So when the wrestlers are walking out of the building, they're reading the story that you just told them an hour ago. They're reading it now on a piece of paper when you're walking out the building. That snake in the grass used to pull shit like that from what I was told. So it'd be at the beginning of the show, the end of the show, they're walking out reading a story because he lived close to the Cow Palace. So his thing for Vince, goes back at least 40. What, we're 1990? Okay, so it goes back at least 37 years.
And if you look back, he's never given them fucking 5-star matches and shit like that. He's always, now granted, WWE at one point sucked the fucking
He's never
worst.
given them 5 minutes, never mind 5-star matches. Because think about it. When everything went down, who was the first freaking person they had on TV in his stupid fucking mullet haircut?
You love that mullet haircut. Don't lie. You
Okay?
wanted that haircut.
Then he had listen, and then the part face marks to go along with it. Okay, it's not anybody's fault that he fell out of the freaking ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
How do you really feel?
Okay, I would smack him up the side of the head with a frying pan if I could, just to straighten his face out.
We don't promote violence on the Marks podcast. I'm with you. Okay, so I'm with you in the sense that
journalistic integrity.
Yeah, that's a joke. That is a fucking joke. Okay, that is a fucking joke. I'm with you on that. And the same with the other guy that fucking used my contact with you. And I blame him. I don't blame his partner. Who was the other one that I actually did like? You remember? Pollock.
John something.
I like John Pollock. I really do enjoy his work. But what really bothered me is that Thurston, and I'm assuming it's him, took an interview that you and I had, right? Promoted it as some dipshits from fucking the Panhandle. Never did a full correction. I had to literally go in there and make the comment, hey, motherfucker, this is our shit. And he pinned the comment. But no, you don't have the fucking courtesy or the fucking integrity to go out and say, no, dickhead from fucking the Panhandle didn't put that up there. I did that. My wife did that. We set that up. Then doesn't have the integrity to fucking go to you and have a conversation with you. He tries to be sneaky about shit, but we'll leave that there. I'm not going to go into detail about that. That's not my business. But yeah, the integrity in fucking wrestling journalism is fucking garbage. And
that's why it's not taken seriously in the mainstream media. Because listen, you still got a guy in New York, 35 years after the fact, claims he never known my name, but sat down and had an interview with somebody and asked him, hey, what about this guy? And then I call him out. He don't remember my name.
No, but I found it hilarious that my wife, working from home on a fucking documentary, she found that person and turned out to be you. And you weren't hard to find because you have a big fucking mouth and you never shut the fuck up. So yeah, that wasn't really hard to fucking get put together.
But I just look like this. The integrity of the wrestling journalists, and that's an oxymoron. Let's just put it that way. Okay.
Again, though, we don't claim to be journalists.
No.
It's in the fucking name. We're a bunch of fucking marks. And
this is an opinion-orientated show.
Except for whenever she talks, then we have to shut up because she's telling the truth.
That just called being wise, man. See? Look at the double-ish laugh. Almost like Renfield. But to go into the other things that we've been talking about, just behind me, the chamber, the event that happened in Australia yesterday, and the big one coming up in April.
You call it a big one. I'll take a
Do we have right now, is there anything on your map, on your radar that says right now in professional wrestling, you have, it used to be called must-see TV. Is there right now anything that you say, I want to watch for this reason? Now, you've all heard the rumors right now about Triple H getting called out right now.
Yeah.
Because he can't make up his mind what he wants to do with the big show. Not the wrestler, WrestleMania. Can you blame the guy? Some of his top stars are getting hurt.
Well, and before we get into that, I want to ask you that another question though. That's right, fucking Leland. Fingers up. The only match I can really give a fuck about is Punk versus Roman, but that's because I thought it has a good build. But everything about fucking wrestling is shit right now. The biggest issue I have with them and the whole going after Triple H thing is they're not answering the one problem they should be answering. Is that it's the same thing we've been talking about damn near every other week on this program, The same thing we bring up about how fucking you're burying the fucking business, not because of talent, not because of fucking of production. It's because you're fucking pricing out the fucking one thing that's going to make your company keep going, and that's the fans. And they don't answer that by fixing it. They answer it by fucking doing other stupid shit.
So they had to come out with 25% discounts this week and stuff like that for WrestleMania. Here's my question for you. Are they having buyer's remorse from taking it out of Nolans and putting it back in Vegas?
Fuck no, it has nothing to do with it.
Be.
No, but it's not that. It's that they've been doing it.
It's not that, because I'm going to tell you this right now. They didn't sell Las Vegas last year very well, per se. It should have done better. You announced
it did enough for the city. It did enough for the city.
Yeah, but the city doesn't. So there's someone who said, I went to WrestleMania last year in Vegas. The trip was a financial headache with how expensive tickets, hotel, flight, entertainment, and food was. I decided not to deal with it again this year, and I would guess it's the same for others too. Ripping Mania away from New Orleans was a mistake.
Well, think about it like this.
Expensive.
No, and I get that, but what I'm saying, no, hold on, I get that, but what I'm saying is they have been pricing themselves out so much. Who gives a fuck where it's at now? You priced yourself because the city. Hold on. The city's paying them. The city that is paying them. They bidded for that.
Well, here's the thing. What you're saying though is, let's just say it's in New Orleans, right? Where can I fly into? I can fly into Dallas, Houston, New Orleans, Beaumont, Mobile. I can fly in a whole bunch of other cities. You got two that you can fly in for Las Vegas. Las Vegas, or is it Phoenix or Tucson or something like that? You can't. And there's nothing but desert. Like if I'm going to go to WrestleMania, hey, I can go to WrestleMania.
Well, okay, so Leland, I also get that because TKO's headquarters, I believe, are in Vegas, and they're not having to spend money to do shit. The city's actually going to pay them, and the venue they're going to use at the T-Mobile Arena, they're probably going to get it on the cheap.
And like
this is just money.
Think about it like this: we're talking about this year. What do you think next year for $300 million is going to be like? Yeah, exactly. So my thing is, when they did what they did and took it out of New Orleans and put it back in Vegas, not only did they burn the city, they burnt the fans, because I think the fans, because we all know, put it this way, New Orleans is probably a lot cheaper than Vegas is.
Absolutely, it is.
And you, like I said, you can drive to Houston, Dallas, or whatever like that. It's a couple hours away to where you can still commute over to New Orleans. Vegas, where the hell are you commuting from?
You can't. And according to Ticketmaster, the cheapest nosebleed seats for WrestleMania in Vegas are $735 for both nights.
And that's the problem.
And that's
there's a lot of things you can do in New Orleans. You can go to the beach. You can go to your state of Texas. You can go up to Baton Rouge. You can go over to Alabama. So you can make it a nice little trip. There ain't much else you can do in Vegas, especially if you want to bring kids and stuff like that.
You can go see Britney Spears or Siegfried and Roy.
You can't even do Britney Spears anymore because she just sold out her music catalog. And Siegfried and Roy, really?
Penn and Teller?
My God. David Copperfield. Hey, David Copperfield, maybe.
I'm not going to watch Witchcraft. I ain't going to watch that crazy, creepy motherfucker. No. Fuck that. I ain't watching that guy.
Copperfield can maybe make the event cheaper.
Can he make it more entertaining? Because I think it's going to suck.
Well, no, he can make it cheaper for you at the WrestleMania, but what you got to pay to get into his show, you got to lose money. But I'm just saying the fact of, this is not your father's wrestling anymore. It's become big business, and they could care less about the casual fan. They're going after the hardcore fans that no matter what they throw at them, like, I'll put it like this. The same people will spend $40,000 to go to the Super Bowl. That's what they're going after. Okay? When you go only after your high ticket buyers, and you listen, I've heard comedians say this. Why am I gonna put out a whole group of prospective ticket buyers? I want every group to buy tickets. So
in that same breath, you could say that WWE right now is putting their foot in their asses with this elitist conduct that make you think that they're that you're not good enough for a fucking WWE event because you can't afford it. On the flip of that, another topic you, myself, and Jacob have talked about all the time, whose opportunity is this right now? Whose opportunity is it to come in right now, do something really big, and kick WWE straight in the dick?
AEW.
How are you going to feel if Tony Khan finds a way to get into the Garden?
They've done it once before.
And how are you going to feel if they come in and they've changed
Wait a
the
minute.
momentum?
What do you mean, how am I going to feel? I'm the one calling for it. I'm the one saying.
You hate AEW.
No, but I'm the one telling you. I'm the one who's been calling. You know what I do? Next year during WrestleMania, I'd find a way to kick in their freaking front door and put a show right in freaking New York City. Kick in the front door. Don't put it in Long Island. Kick in the front door. Put it in MSG. And even if you got to lose money to do the show,
Leland, if that happens, Logan Paul may actually become a face.
Yeah, right now? Oh my God. You could put that in Wazoo, Wyoming, wherever you want, and you would sell 100,000 tickets until Logan Paul would be the babyface. I'm just saying is what they need to do, and if it can happen next year, get the dates. The only thing that can hurt them is if WWE already has a thing to where they're going to do WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. Because of the time zone difference, Saturdays will be all Raw talent. Sunday will be all SmackDown talent. Where's Monday Night Raw? Madison Square Garden. That's the only way they don't allow that to happen, because all the talent for Monday Night Raw is coming back here to be here for Monday. Unless Saudi Arabia pays them so much, unless they've given them the $500 million.
Well, no, and the thing is this, if WWE does this, right, if WWE tries to pull that, it just tells you how afraid of them they really are of AEW. Let them run. If WWE is...
They already have a 30-day no-compete.
What I'm saying is if WWE, right, if WWE is not afraid of AEW, and you've pushed that, you said that WWE isn't afraid of them, they're pissed. You're much like Triple H whenever he told them during the Hall of Fame, keep talking shit and he'll buy that pissant company and fucking put them out of business, right? That's what he said?
No. I'll put it like this, okay? TKO is worth, I think, 75% of what Shad Khan's worth.
Yeah.
Keywords there. Shad Khan.
Well, hold on. You have children, right?
Yes.
If you believed in your children and you have a son who's very successful at the game, let's just put it like that. Your son is very successful at what he does. But if he said, Dad, I got these motherfuckers who are breathing down my throat and they're challenging me. And I'm a proud guy. You made me that way. But I need your help here just for this little bit to stick it up to these fucking assholes. What would you do?
The first question I would ask him, what's my risk? What's my risk?
Okay.
If I could think the risk was worth the reward, I'd help him out any way I could.
And if these guys are mocking you as well?
Like I said, if I could think the risk was, keywords here, risk versus reward.
Right.
Now,
okay.
Here's my thing for you. Shad Khan, right now, the risk that he's taking with AEW right now, he hasn't reaped the rewards yet. Okay? 6 years in, they haven't reaped the rewards yet.
They're not in the fucking red right now. They haven't been in the red.
I'm saying they haven't reaped the rewards yet. They've still broke even or a little bit in the red. My thing is like this. Because you can't constantly sell 2,000 tickets and be in the black. I'm sorry.
Look at their books. They're still not in the fucking red.
What I'm saying is, though, when you look at it as a whole, if you cross...
Hey, hold on. Hold on. I just remembered something because I told her about it. You understand that the belief, right, is that the boy Tony Khan, the Simba of that family, right, Tur, is not nearly as narrow-minded as you think, because AEW owns a minority of WBD.
Yeah. You can't call. Unfortunately for Tony Khan, he can't call himself Das Wunderkind. Okay. But the one thing he can call himself is Smokey Joe. The cocaine. I was gonna say the cocaine cowboy, but no, the snowman. All I'm saying is this: when it comes to that, one night booking over long-term storytelling, one definitely does have it over the other. But short-term storytelling, how many companies have gone out of business? Long-term, we all agree. We both agree. WWE should have been out of business during the Monday Night Wars. They should have gone out of business.
Yeah, they got lucky.
Because they ended up doing the long-term storytelling with two people.
No, they got, here's my opinion.
And then the third one got involved. There was two people at first. A third one got involved.
Think about this. I want you to this ideology on that. The old man ran out of fucking ideas because Duke the Dumpster Drosy and the Clown and Bastion Booger and all this stupid fucking shit he was throwing at the wall wasn't working. Nobody wanted to sell.
His son-in-law didn't fuck up.
No, nobody's fucking dumbass wanted to say. Thank you, Leland. Nobody wanted to fucking.
That was the third guy I was talking about.
Nobody wanted to watch this horse shit, right? They didn't want to watch that dumb fucking goofy wrestling shit, right? We were done with it. When your biggest star who is wearing fucking yellow panties on fucking and big yellow boots, your fucking role model who's still selling beer was fucking.
Do I need to add Hulk Hogan to the list?
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. This is gonna make Dan very happy.
Hold on. When he wasn't getting over,
American Beer will stop using Hogan as their spokesperson, except for limited edition cases.
Hold on. I did whatever. I don't give a fuck. The beer tastes like fucking Bush beer. Fuck.
Good evening, John.
What's going on, John? They got lucky because for throwing spaghetti at the fucking wall, and a bald-headed, double-studded motherfucker who didn't give a shit and got to be himself showed up and saved the company. Say what you want. Stone Cold Steve Austin. What?
He is a fellow Texan.
Yeah.
So be careful what you word say.
Yeah, but he still did stupid shit. We've also talked about that. I love Steve Austin, but I'm not going to fucking sit here and give him a pass for shit that he did.
What I'm saying is, up until the other thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm saying to you this. Lightning in a bottle. And listen, this guy right over here, who happens to be injured with a hernia.
Yeah.
Lightning in a bottle right now. Unfortunately, he got hurt. Now, the hurt that he's going through is not the same that Austin went through with the neck.
Yeah.
He will recover a lot quicker. My thing is this.
But even that guy, like, if you're trying to compare, that's apples to fucking walnuts. That shit doesn't work.
Braun Breaker
is not Steve Austin.
No. Could he have been the next one?
Absolutely. No. Fuck no.
No. What I'm saying is, what did Steve Austin have that in 20... Hold on.
Realism.
29
intensity.
Years. Wait, hold on. It was June. So it would have been 30 years this year. King of the Ring 30 years ago this year. What's the one thing he had that so far 28 years later, nobody else has had with him?
Fucking personality.
And no filter.
No filter? And the right heel to work with.
What are you saying Braun Breaker has the ability to be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin?
If he had the right heel to work with, keyword.
He is a heel.
No, he'd have to be the baby. I'm saying he'd have to be the baby.
No, it doesn't work that way. He's not a badass. I'm sorry. You could write on his trunks and write it on his ass as much as you want. He's not a badass. Is he talented? Is he athletic? Absolutely. Can he fucking work a mic? No. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you. Here's the thing. Oh my God! Really?
He's got more fucking charisma than that guy.
Oh no! Listen, don't get me wrong. Okay,
you're toxic.
He. Listen, don't get me wrong. He's funny as hell to watch. But I'll tell you this right now. I say he's as funny as the man as the CGC is for the women.
The fuck is the CGC?
the Chelsea Green Chronicle.
Just say her fucking name because she deserves to be spoken about all the time. Anyway, you know who I do think has fucking talent? Who I do think could fucking carry them? Who I do think, if we take the mic and let him be himself? The Ruler. Obafemi, man, that's your guy. In WWE, that's going to be your guy.
Is he going to be a monster heel?
It don't matter what the fuck. He can be a good guy. He can be a bad guy. He can be your fucking neighbor. He can plumb your fucking toilets. That motherfucker is worth watching.
Does he fight Lesnar before Lesnar gets retired by Gunther?
I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to retire Lesnar with Gunther. What I do think is if you put him against Brock, it's got to be this WrestleMania. You can't wait on that one. That one you got to pull the trigger, and he has to win.
Gunther. You talking about Omo or Gunther?
Oba needs to fight Lesnar this year, and Oba needs to win. And it should be okay. If you really want to go down the Gunther fucking route, here's my fucking. No, here's my Monday morning quarterback kind of shit. Oba versus Lesnar, WrestleMania. Oba goes over and doesn't just go over, goes over clean.
Does he do with Bill Goldberg, or is it a 10-minute match?
It's a good match. I want because they're both talented, right? Okay. Then you do the downfall of Brock Lesnar. Obafemi beat him so bad that he's not the same. He goes to SummerSlam. He gets beat by Gunther for his career, right?
Yep.
Right? Okay. Then you do Gunther versus Obafemi WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight title.
In Saudi Arabia.
In Saudi Arabia.
But who's the champion going in?
Gunther.
Okay.
I think so, John. I've seen him fucking have triple threats. I've seen him have tag teams. I've seen him.
He's with the right follower. And Brock, for as much criticism as he got, when he's in the ring with the right guy, he can do a hell of a match. The match that he had with Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, that was a hell of a match.
What I'll say is this: when you go back to this year's Royal Rumble, and I will tell you this: Royal Rumble this year was not great, right? Obafemi comes out. Good. Look damn good. Obafemi in that match matched up with Brock Lesnar. Looked damn good. I want to watch that match. It goes back to an old era of wrestling. Two fucking big monstrous piles of meat beating the shit out of each other. I like that. As a man,
I was going to say is no technical wrestling in this match.
There's not. No. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
A good old fashioned barnyard brawl.
John, get that shit out of here. Wepa, John. Wepa.
Wicked. That's wicked.
That's wicked, man.
Yeah, but
as you notice, I'm in my finest Tony Montana regalia right now. Hey.
Wait a minute. You're missing the 3 gold chains, though.
Hold on. Hold on. You tell Jan you was in sanitation. You tell him you was in sanitation. Okay, Gerard. You tell him you was in sanitation, okay? Of course, Leland.
Meat versus meat. I'm not talking about Sean Stasiak.
But okay, John, you and Leland both are fucking wrestling fans that go back. The dude, the man in you does not want to fucking see two alpha males, two fucking apexes of our fucking species, right? If we fucking have aliens land on Earth and they say fucking, if you send us someone who can beat our asses or we're going to blow this motherfucker up, you're not sending Brock Lesnar and Obafemi?
I feel like I have to step in for Jacob here, and what you really need is Obafemi versus the modern day Maharaja.
Oh, God!
Because
wait a minute. He's getting added. We cannot mention that name.
Fuck that. But Jinder, we would love to have you on the show if you ever see this. We'd love to have you on the show.
My God. I'm surprised Jacob hasn't clicked in already.
he was summoned.
The gods have summoned him. Like, oh no, they're talking about him. I gotta come in.
Exactly.
But no, I mean, it's when we're talking about stuff like that going into WrestleMania, it's sad to see some of the top stars getting hurt and stuff like that. Which means, coming into the chamber, we're going to have Finn Balor versus Punk. Is this a safe match? Absolutely.
Yeah, but in the same breath, I'm tired of them. It goes back to Kevin Owens, right? Kevin Owens does not get his just due, in my opinion. He should have been at least a 3-time world champion by now. Hell, Sammy should have at least held that belt once. You got Finn Balor, who was technically the very first Universal champion they ever had. A freak accident due to fucking an unsafe move, in my opinion, the buckle bomb that was done outside of the ring. Fucked him up, and he didn't get a chance to get his rematch. It was tragic, but you have a guy in Finn Balor who's proven he could be a main event star. That demon character sells itself.
You hear what you just said?
What?
That character sells it. Finn Balor doesn't.
No. Finn Balor, look, here's the thing about Finn, and when I talk about the demon character. Sting, right? Sting had the face paint. And as a kid, I remember Surfer Sting thinking he was the coolest guy in the world. The man called Sting. And I was sitting there, and I had my fucking little buzz cut when I was a kid. I was like, man. And I watched Rick Rude do things to him, and it made me cry as a child because Sting was the man with face paint. Okay. I would also remember women loved Rick Rude, right? Fucking sculpted body, this and that. He was the man's man. He could whoop your ass and talk shit at the same time. You take both of those characters, you put them together, you have Finn Balor. You have a guy that's going to get over with women because, I mean, the guy's shredded from granite. Athletically.
Down, but he's just as goofy looking as that guy that used to be there. No,
hear me out. The guy can fucking kill it. Exactly, Liam. The guy can kill it in the ring for your technical and your jaded fans like me. He can kill it in the ring. And then at the end of the day, kids are going to go crazy over that fucking face paint shit.
If he's a demon, you're right. But if he's just coming out of Finn Balor, like I said, he's just goofy looking at that guy. He does amazing work as a heel. You don't believe me? Go back to New Japan and watch him as the one and only Rock and Roller, the original creator of the Bullet Club, right? He was amazing. He does good work as a heel, but he does amazing work as a fucking face. You put Finn Balor in a position as a face, that's a license to print money. I'm sorry. He's not undersized like your fucking Darby Allins of the world. He's not too big, so he's believable as a fucking fighting champion. You know what he is, though? I'm gonna give you a good credit point. He can work anybody.
Exactly. That's my thing. To go back to John, because I wasn't ignoring you, John. The thing about Obafemi is I say give him time. I say give Femi time. The way, like, the man has charisma, the man has swagger. I think he can give the man an opportunity.
What Obafemi to me is a smaller version of Omos.
Fuck no. Omos can't even fucking wrestle.
What I mean is,
that's not a dig at Omos. I like Omos.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm saying if you could have a 6'4" Omos, that's Obafemi.
Bullshit. No, I would say that he is a more. I think that Obafemi has the potential to be as good, but better in the ring than Bobby Lashley. Jesus fucking.
Hey, listen, I gotta love the comment.
Yeah, fucking it's John. He's one of a kind. No, and I get that though, but again, I think you do better to turn Finn. Dom plays an excellent piece of shit heel. Dom is literally, and we and I have been talking about this. Go back over a year ago, right, Gerard? Go back over.
I'm gonna tell you this: Liv Morgan's becoming Missy Hyatt to me, and Dom.
Oh God, yeah, I was thinking that same shit. Minus the drugs.
No, I'm saying
minus the drugs.
Did you say no? Baby doll and Gino. Oh my God, have they been watching those freaking videos?
They have been fucking Gino Hernandez all day fucking long. We called it for years. We have said it. You know what? I want y'all to start really putting this out there because this program tells the future. This motherfucking program will pull shit out of our asses, but that shit tends to come true. Tell me that fucking Dominic Mysterio is not the reincarnation. Hold on. Of old Gino fucking Hernandez from fucking World Class.
And like I said, is it Baby Doll or Missy Hyatt who was back then to where they were around Gino, and Chris. Was it Baby Doll? Or was it Missy?
It wasn't Baby Doll. It wasn't. I can't remember.
Because I know it wasn't Woman.
Oh no, God no.
No. But I'm just saying.
Think about this. You said gentleman Chris Adams, right?
Yep.
What if you took someone like so you have Dominic in that group? Who's the Iron Lung?
No, because JD McDonough is nowhere near Chris.
He's as good an athlete, if not better, in the ring.
But he can't talk Chris Adams.
But again, no one thought Dominic could talk. You give JD his due. JD could be your fucking modern day Chris Adams.
Have these guys been watching those old videos? Because I'll tell you this right now. If they've been watching those old videos, Michael Hayes would know a lot about it.
You know what, John? You can go back to the past. What do you think? You think he could be the next Chris Adams? You think he could pull that? I'm curious. JD McDonough, dude, the motherfucker can go. And I think that with Dominic's sliminess and shit, dude.
You know, I'm gonna be curious.
Really, Leland.
Wait, I saw this thing today where Sergeant Slaughter was do the Mario.
Fuck Sergeant Slaughter. All I'm saying is we have the thing. They have a lot of guys who they are kind of thrown to the wayside who deserve opportunity. I'm glad that Punk, if it is him, giving fucking Finn the opportunity to fucking be in the main event and shit. But you can do that all day long, but it means nothing.
Baby Doll. It was Baby Doll.
Baby Doll was around though.
Huh?
Baby Doll was around though.
No, it was her. She was the bodyguard for gorgeous Gino Hernandez.
She was a big gal. See, but that just reminds me of Tully, because Tully was the shit, bro. I mean, when are we going to get that? When are we going to get a guy that's like Tully Blanchard? I can't think of anybody in wrestling right now that is, I can think of somebody.
Think of anybody right now. Think of anybody like Arn.
His son.
Okay.
His son is fucking just like him. He's just too damn quiet. But I would love to see another Tully. I really would.
True. I listen.
You don't like hold on, John. You don't like to get bouncy. You don't want to get bouncy, John.
No, I get what he means. Is you have a 150-pound guy jumping on a 250-pound man and making him go down like a stack of bowling balls.
Dude, I'm so sick of that shit. I'm so sick of fucking. Yep. I'm so sick of fucking Darby Allin right now. Darby Allin, I have taken bigger shits in my life than Darby Allin. And I don't expect that shit to knock over a 400-pound man. I'm sorry. I'm not and never will be part of the Darby Allin fucking hype trend. I can't. Look, I can appreciate that Sting likes the kid. I will never be a fucking Darby Allin fan. I just don't see it.
I'm going to put it like this. And the comment that he says is, it's not just Darby Allin. You get a lot of the lucha libres like that and stuff like that.
Who?
And I'm saying is the 150-pound guys.
They're believable. Fucking Penta is believable. Dragon Lee is believable.
To knock down the 250 to 300-pound guys like bowling pins, to where we were taught for many years that shit just don't happen.
Okay. So you're going to tell me that Penta, who is a stocky motherfucker, can't pull that off?
Ricochet can't, though, right?
How dare you talk about Ricochet? He got a bad rap, right?
You know what?
I'm
going to give you one, though. Hey, you know what?
Hold on. Do you not remember the quote? Anything the dream can do. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Let me say. Anything that Ricochet can do, the dream can do better.
I will put it like this.
Off the fucking ropes, flips over the ropes, lands in front of the fucking Velveteen Dream and goes, prove it.
I will say this. When Sting was hanging out with Darby Allin, so he could get big checks from Tony, I think it's the other way around. Darby was hanging out with Sting. So Darby could get the big checks from Tony because Sting probably was already getting the big check.
Sting just chilled out and did what the fuck he wanted, man. And like you saw when Sting retired. And look, I don't know Steve Borden. I don't know.
I will say this. One of the pleasures of my career with wrestling was actually meeting the man, talking to the guy, and I'm not just talking about. I'm talking about actually having a conversation about other wrestlers. He was a down-to-earth guy, and I can honestly say one of the better gentlemen I've met in the business, because he was around so long. He learned how to just be a gentleman with it.
Hold on. Do you remember when Steve Borden got retired? Right? You remember when Sting retired?
From WWE.
From AEW.
Okay, yep.
Tony was basically trying to suck him off to get him to stay.
Yep.
So I have to believe, and John, I usually agree with you because you're just as crazy as me, but I have to believe that Darby was the one who was basically up Sting's ass for them bigger paychecks. Because I'm sorry.
And like we've said before about Sting, Sting has never carried a company on his back. No. Never.
Now, he was absolutely a wonderful babyface.
Yeah, but he's always played second fiddle to either the heel or to
the problem with Sting is this, and I think that
he's always been a company man.
Ric Flair has said it best. He went to the wrong company. If Sting would have gone to WWE, he would have been bigger than Warrior.
But would Warrior have stayed with WCW? Or would they both go together?
No, because if you had to switch the roles, right? You put Warrior in WCW.
If you switch the roles, Sting would have been much bigger than Sting.
Sting would have been bigger than Sting?
Yes.
Sting would have been bigger than Sting.
Yes. In other words, as big as Sting got with WCW, he would have got even.
Sting would have cashed his money in the bank and then faced himself at WrestleMania against Cardboard Cutout.
He would have gone to Space Mountain a lot quicker. I'm saying is,
are you done being ridiculous now? Are you done? Sting would be better than
Sting would be bigger than Sting.
No, you know what I mean by this.
Do I? Because I don't look. You know, y'all watch out for the next video.
He would have became bigger than what he was ever in WCW. He wouldn't have been a second fiddle man. He would have been. It would have been him and Hogan at WrestleMania 6.
Sting versus Sting.
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh. I'm saying is though, he would have taken off. He would have appreciated his spot more than Warrior appreciated his.
Sting.
Sting.
At WrestleMania.
Versus Hogan.
WrestleMania. Look out for that video coming out on this channel.
75,000.
The 25 Gerardisms.
Hey, 75,000. That's for 2 nights.
Not as many as last year, John. Nope. That's what I'll say.
So last year, what was it? I think it was 125,000 for both nights last year. Listen, I'm going to put you like this. Okay? When right now your only Hall of Famer is Stephanie, which is a travesty, because they teased it last year. Demolition. They teased it last year. Demolition needs to get in this year.
What happened?
I don't think they get 60,000 both nights. I think they're at 37.5 both nights.
So I don't want to hear shit anymore about Wembley Stadium and how fucking AEW didn't do as well the next year.
And like I've said it before, and I'll say it again, though. They've already collected the paycheck. They could give a shit if one person's in the building.
I don't give a fuck. Wembley Stadium, AEW did an amazing job.
It's like next year when they do Saudi Arabia, $300 million.
Saudi Arabia?
It's going to look worse. It's going to look worse than the Royal Rumble.
No, they're going to fix those lights, man. It's going to look totally packed in there. They've already ironed that.
I know. I mean, even with the lights, I just think they're not going to even think about, because think about it like this. First of all, how many Americans are going to want to go to Saudi Arabia?
No, I agreed.
Okay.
Insane.
You're going to pack it with Saudi Arabians.
Saudi Arabians?
Saudi Arabians. You know,
Are you okay with that? Can they not have a pay-per-view?
They're gonna have a bunch of Prince Ali, fabulous he, Ali of Babwa.
Jesus, Gerard, it's a fucking family show, you dick.
Who won't give a shit about the women's matches? Let's be honest.
Correct.
But they're going to have a main event this year, right? Or the women's main event is going to be a main event this year.
The women's main event is gonna be a main event. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Okay.
Rub it off. Catching.
See, it can work both ways, brother. That
doesn't work for me, brother.
This woman in the white hair over there, right there. I think the sad part is I think she gets one night with the other girl in the back over here. Okay.
Okay, can I ask?
Hold on. Why did that
While I
sound
think-
like he was trying to
thinking about
sexualize that? Why did that sound like he
No.
was trying to sexualize that?
one
This
night
woman
or-
right here is going to get a one night with that woman right there.
So we've talked about like. See, I blanked on her name now. The white-haired lady behind Gerard.
Oh,
Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill.
What does Jade Cargill versus Charlotte look like? Is that something that could be worth watching?
I'm going to put you like this. I don't know what Charlotte has done to herself, but she has spruced herself up to where she looks good now in the ring, along with her wrestling ability. What? We're going back to the late 90s? Yes! That means we get puppies.
Saudi Arabia, you're not getting puppies.
No, correct. No, unless they're crawling out from underneath.
You know how he sounds a lot like Dusty right now. Unless we get them in dresses, we're gonna get them in dresses in Saudi Arabia, Daddy. We're gonna have them wrestling in
I was gonna
dresses.
say, unless they're coming out from Nia Jackson clothes.
We're gonna dress like Buzz Lightyear, Daddy. We're gonna have them come out there looking like shampoo bottles, finessing. We're gonna have them wrestling like that. John, how you feel about them girls wrestling in dresses? Puppies everywhere for everybody.
The only problem with that, if they break wind, you'll see the bubble.
Well, this Gerard talking about bubbles and wrestling. Gerard wrestling, talking about kings and queens, pinto beans, and they can't talk about dresses and wrestling.
Here's a
He
question.
got a bicycle, Gerard. He got a bicycle.
We got 2 weeks till Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Are you interested in seeing it yet?
Well, I would like to see Charlotte, and I would like to see fucking Jade, and here's why. Charlotte is doing something, and I'm going to get to her father in a second because that's where I want to go with this. Charlotte is doing something
Her
that
daddy
I think
never did.
she's brought class back to the Flair name. I think if you watch her body of work, and yes, she's made a lot of mistakes, but look at the fan base with her now. She was in a place where nobody wanted to see her, and in a short amount of time with her, and I think Alexa Bliss needs to be credited for a lot of this, right?
Absolutely.
She is to a point where people they see that she got to be herself. She got to be Ashley Fleer, right? And Ashley Fleer is a very compelling character. Ashley Fleer.
Because since her divorce, I see a more open.
She's not she's not carrying the superiority complex anymore.
Because she is just. She to me is like, remember when Brock came back when he won? He's dancing with the briefcase.
I'll do you one better. When Brock came back as the Viking cowboy,
like I said, he's dancing with the briefcase in the ring because he won Money in the Bank.
Exactly. She's being herself.
Self.
Are you talking with a lisp? Do you keep talking? Why do you keep talking like Dusty?
No.
She came back as herself.
She looks like she's having fun.
She's having
For the
fun.
first time in her career, she looks like she's having fun.
Fun.
She looks like she's having fun. Suffering dash.
All I'm saying is, yes, I would love to see Jade Cargill.
What about
versus-
Bianca?
Bianca's issues or whatever. Her fucking pinky's fucked up or something like that. I don't want to see that. I'd rather see Jacob against fucking Drew. But what I want to transfer into something else that we were talking about, me and the wife. Who gives a fuck about that Flair? Now, and I'm joking here. This is satire. Who gives a fuck about Charlotte Flair when you can see once again the rivalry that carried the 80s, that made girls cry, beautiful Ricky Morton against Ric Flair, 77 years old, in a steel cage match. Ric Flair comes out of retirement for the 17th time, only matching his title reigns 17 times out of retirement to face Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express.
Is he really trying to just die in the ring?
That I was just gonna say. We're just gonna kill a guy now for no reason. The man can't make a cameo. How the hell is he gonna fucking think
Why
out
don't we just
plot out
have
a
him
match?
face Abdullah the Butcher one last time?
Because Abdullah's dead.
Hey, we'd have a better match.
He could find his jacket again. Can we do that?
Right. What was that? What did Steve Austin tell Jake Roberts to go get? A bottle of Thunderbird?
He goes, how about you go get a cheap bottle of Thunderbird and flip through your Bible, try to find some of that courage you had in your prime.
You know what? Ric Flair needs to get off the Thunderbird.
Ric Flair
needs to get off the Thunderbird.
needs some fucking Jesus. That's what Ric Flair needs something. Fuck.
You know, put it this way.
But will they let him do it?
She's
Where's it gonna be
convinced that
done?
WWE will let her do it. I'm like, no, they won't.
Where's it going to be done?
Hold on. Is that Adrian from last week? Where the
Yes.
fuck you been, Adrian?
Auntie
Where the fuck
Adrian,
you been?
how you doing
Auntie
tonight?
Adrian, where the fuck you been? We've been here talking shit. And Jacob should win that shit. Ha! 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 Two!
I think the Vegas crowd goes over bigger with Jacob winning.
Hell yeah. I think anybody goes over bigger with Jacob. Not that I mean.
Now, mind you, does this all depend on what's going to happen with Brock? If he-
Not that I mean. Did you not hear what I said? Not that I mean. Jacob, we're going to win. Jacob needs to win that. Cody doesn't need to win it. Cody needs to fucking figure out what he needs to do with his life. Get a new bus. Get another fucking alcohol sponsor. Go do his podcast. Leave it alone. Let Jacob do his thing. Fuck off. Give me fucking 6 months without Cody. I'll be happy.
You work on your own time. What I'm saying is, do you think it would have been Drew versus Brock if Brock don't get hurt?
Nobody wants to see it. Would you shut the fuck up with
I'm
your
only
fucking
saying
weird?
because-
But why is your booking so fucking 1985?
Because
This is the same guy that wants the Miz to wrestle himself at WrestleMania.
I didn't say the Miz.
We could do Miz and Flair. I could watch that maybe.
Oh my God! Wait a minute, hold on. Which Miz? The wife versus?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Maurice.
Maurice versus Flair. There we go. She put it this way. She got
There's another lawsuit waiting to happen. He will absolutely sexually harass her in the ring.
No, he wouldn't.
Oh,
He'd fall down on the cameras before the match even. They go do those.
No. That's actually a thing. That's happening. Sandman versus the Invisible Man. Super Dragon.
Well, wait a minute, hold on. In Sandman's mind, there was a lot of nights there was an invisible man in that ring.
John, didn't Sandman date Missy Hyatt too?
Who didn't date Missy Hyatt back in those days?
Look, I'm sure she's a
Jinder
lovely woman.
Mahal.
Jinder Mahal did not date Missy Hyatt.
Probably his mother, that's why.
John, get your boy over here, man. Get your fucking boy.
Get the hook.
Get the hook.
Sandman versus the Invisible Man.
If that's
Hey,
the match,
no.
it's happening.
Sandman versus Mr. Iguana.
No, what the fuck? The Iguana didn't deserve that.
Yes, I think he's going to show up every Monday night because he's going to get paid to show up. I think he could probably have the Brock Lesnar deal to where he has his yearly contract and then he gets paid per appearance.
I also think that they need his ass because, again, fucking Jacob and you had me fucking livid last week telling me that Punk is the one putting asses in seats. No, fucking Roman puts asses in seats.
Did you see?
Go back to what Leland
Hey, wait a
said
minute.
earlier.
Did
They
you
put
see
his
the
whole
ratings?
schedule out.
What did
Did you
Leland
see-
say?
I was put up on the screen.
Did you see the ratings for last Monday?
What about him?
They were actually sixth. Monday Night Raw was actually sixth on all of Netflix. which is huge because that's a big step up for them.
Was it huge? It was huge. It was huge business. It was a big, beautiful business, Gerard.
It was huge.
It was huge.
It's huge.
We're gonna have Roman Reigns. We're gonna have CM Punk. We're gonna be huge. Huge.
Why did you turn into Tony Khan mixed with the Godfather?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. But no, if that hat with a little
A
small,
lot less Trump.
if that hat with a little small, it's a Kurt Angle hat. Where's the guitar? Jimmy Crack Cone, and I don't care.
I got Olympic gold.
Oh, wait a minute. I just thought just give you an idea to do a skit. Tell me I didn't give my idea. He'll be out there with the ukulele.
You motherfucker, don't play with me. You know I bought. Look, whenever we talked about fucking do-rag Vince that episode, I wore a do-rag for having a whole show. When we talked about fucking what's his name, the body, Jesse Ventura. We went and bought feathered boas. We couldn't get rid of the fucking feathers for a week.
Like I said, he'll be out there with the small hat on with a ukulele.
I don't know about that one, Adrian. I don't know who beats if Roman wins, which I think he should. I think Roman should win the title from Punk. I think Roman's better for business. Let's just call it like it is. Roman makes money. You could say because of COVID he wouldn't be over or whatever. You can say talk all the shit you want, Gerard, but motherfucking Roman makes money.
If he wins, he keeps the title till SummerSlam. And I think
The Miz is going to beat him for that title, and then he's going to face himself at WrestleMania.
No, I think Gunther. I think Gunther beats him for the title.
No, I don't think so. Hear me out. I think Roman wins the title. Seth takes it from him at SummerSlam. Because when Seth comes back, he's going to be fucking over like Rover when he goes after the Vision.
Yes, Jelly Roll did a TNA show.
You mean WWE superstar Jelly Roll did a TV show?
Exactly.
TNA show. TNA.
You mean WWE superstar Jelly Roll superstar did a TNA show?
Yes.
You mean WWE superstar and songwriter Jelly Roll did a TNA show?
I think you're a liar.
I think that's what they call him.
Yes, they did. They wrote in an article that WWE superstar Jelly Roll and singer. So his wrestling career came before his music career.
Oh God, please no. Him and Jelly Roll tag teaming? Good. I don't ever see that happening. I never see
Travis Scott, am I right?
Yeah. I don't see that.
Fiend. Fuck. Yeah, then we should get fucking what's his name, the producer, to fucking do one. It's Sticky. Yeah, have him come out the ring. Tyler, the producer. At WrestleMania, Sticky. You have him do fucking Javon Evans thing.
Why don't we ought to just have Johnny Knoxville do another one too?
Fucking Johnny Knoxville actually put on a good show.
Him and Sami Zayn. Oh,
yes, that was amazing.
The big mousetrap.
Yes, it was beautiful.
That was the longest produced WrestleMania match.
Why do you keep going back to this Dusty Road gimmick? That was the longest match ever produced in WWE.
It was a longest match ever produced because of how they had to set up all the gimmicks.
They produced it with mouth chats.
The only thing that took longer was the Sheik's entrance into WrestleMania at the Gimmick Battle Royal.
They had Sheiky, baby. They had everybody come out, mouth traps, big giant hands of Johnny Knoxville and a bicycle come out there. They had the beautiful talent going down there. You know, Gerard, when it was magic when they touched. It was magic the way they worked together that night at WrestleMania. It should have been the main event.
I think they need to bring back the polka dots. You're right. The title needs to be there every week. The title needs to be there every week, but the person holding the title doesn't.
Let me clarify something. Because I think that I like Roman and that I like Brock and all this, and I don't have a problem with the title being in there. No, you're absolutely wrong. I love that Punk is bringing back a fucking
fighting champion.
Yes, I love that. I think that's good. I think the title should mean more than the man. I think the title should be a big deal. Now, ultimately, I think the man should be able to stand alone at some point. And by man, I don't mean Becky Lynch. I mean that the title should have significance, and we've gotten away from that. It should be a title. That should mean when you walk around, you should be able to carry that through an airport. But then again, I'm a fan of the old school where these motherfuckers wear suits and they look like fucking Nick Bonkwinkel and they carry themselves with some fucking class.
Well, I also like, for some of you guys who might not be as old as I am.
No, Leland.
And when I was watching, when I used to watch Saturday mornings, no matter what federation you watched, Hogan, you watched WCW, WCCW, you would see the champion on a vignette or on an interview.
What's a vignette?
Vignette.
What's a vig? What are you catching in these
vignette.
nets?
Stop it. But they didn't actually wrestle but once a month. As long as you can see your champion constantly, I think that's good. He doesn't have to wrestle every week.
As long as he's in a vignette, we should be fine.
But you have to be able to see him. Because that's what we grew up with. This stuff of having to see him every week live in the building, I think weakens the champion somewhat.
I get that, but Leland, and to what Leland says right here, that's great. But I mean, he's also become fucking Cena 2.0. Look how that worked out for John Cena for the first long part of his career. They hated him. And yes, I can respect what John Cena did after 20 years. Yes, I can say, look, at the end, it was cool to see John Cena go out and this and that. Respect, brother. Not many people can say they've had a career that long. But let's not forget, there was a time when I called, I heard another YouTube channel called him Fuckboy Buckethead. I could not stand Fuckboy Buckethead for the longest time because they shoved John Cena down my fucking throat. I was so sick and tired of him, his stupid jorts, stupid shirts, his fucking green shirt, his blue shoes, his fucking Fruity Pebbles shirt, bullshit. I couldn't stand him so much that I liked The Rock more than fucking John Cena at one point. And that should not have been the way that should have gone. I don't need fucking John Cena 2.0.
And that's why I'm saying to where if I can see my champion every week, but he doesn't need to be in the building.
If I can see the greatest referee of all time, Aubrey Edwards, in the building, I'll be great.
Her greatness crosses gender lines. It's amazing.
She's going to come to WWE and kill it.
And I'm saying is the boys and girls of the men and women of today, I do believe champions are watered down because everybody and their freaking brother got a title. I think
that's one thing AEW does wrong. I think there's too many fucking titles over there.
And, when you have too many titles as a whole, it waters down the product. The champion themselves don't water it down. Having too many does. And think about it. Running off your head, you're like saying, okay, CM Punk is this one. Drew McIntyre is this one. United States champion is who? Intercontinental champion is
the United States champion is fucking Mello. Watch your tone.
Okay. Intercontinental champion is who? Tag team champions are who? You know who your heavyweight.
Hold on. Sloppy has a taco eating channel.
That's why it's called Sloppy Seconds. I'm just saying is though, everybody got a freaking title. Stop with the titles. Make them worth something. Make them mean something again. I've seen matches. I've seen matches mean more than
mattresses. Is that mattresses?
I've seen matches mean worth more than the championship matches. We never used to see that. We never used to see that though. Why all of a sudden now you made your belt so watered down, you have other matches. Oh man.
The mattresses be matching like a motherfucker. For the record, to the Gooners, you burnt my shake. I don't want to see Rock versus Roman anymore. I don't want to see it. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about The Rock. I mean, he's done too much damage for me to like him. He's just fucking that guy.
No, this can't happen.
No, and I'm going to say, I'm sorry, Auntie Adrian.
We used to like you, Auntie Adrian.
Roman would never be the GOAT. And I'm going to tell you why Roman...
Shut your whore mouth. Roman Reigns has every possibility to be the GOAT.
No, he won't.
Why?
I'm going to tell you why. Okay? Roman Reigns has done less than the two guys you're mentioning.
Who?
Okay?
Awesome.
He's been shoved down the people's throat in an era where you have every possible way to see him.
He's
the
over.
guys you're mentioning didn't have the internet, very limited TV.
He's over.
But didn't have the internet, very limited TV. And I'll let me put it like this. One of those guys, okay, was the most popular person to be.
But I will respond to you in kind by quoting one of these guys you're talking about. It doesn't matter what you think.
No.
Because Roman, you hear that.
He will never be on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. I think he has a possibility.
He will not be in the top 4 ever. No.
Absolutely think he has a possibility. Hold on. You hear that whenever his music hits. The entire, not fucking one person, he has more fucking crowd reaction in the positive than John Cena's had his entire fucking career. And you're going to tell me.
Who did he knock off?
John Cena.
But he's not in the top 4.
That's what you were trying to tell me, the ones I was talking about.
Whoa. I told you the top 4. And I'm going to stick by those top 4.
He's more over than Hogan was. Hold on, hear me out. In fan response, the little kids, they love Hulk Hogan. It was so great. It was
give me one thing Roman Reigns has done. Listen, say your prayers, take your vitamins, believe in yourself, hanging and banging, training. Okay? I'm sorry. a million kids growing up believe in that saying.
Acknowledge me.
Okay?
2 words.
Hey, he beats the old ladies.
Roman, you put that up. Find that. Get that, please. Get that set up. Get that
the
set
red
up.
and yellow, the black and white, Hollywood and stuff like that. I'm sorry.
Acknowledge me.
Austin Flair. That's it.
Right there. What Leland just said. Acknowledge that. Acknowledge me. He made so many motherfucker with that. In the modern era, you can compare what Roman did with that belt to anything Hogan did.
And I'm saying to you this, he's had more of an avenue to do it with. The other 4 that
you're usually the guy that's blowing everything WWE, and you can't acknowledge that they did a good fucking job with that character and that guy. So much so that they have to announce, just so they can get ratings, they're having to announce his schedule.
Did you hear what I just said, though?
What?
He's had more of an avenue to do what the other 4 guys I just said ever had.
Just because your buddy Spike isn't there to fucking shove it and fuck it up.
Somebody sold out Madison Square Garden 182 times, and he's not even on the Mount Rushmore.
Bruno,
he's not on the Mount Rushmore.
That's all he ever did is fucking, because he was never there.
Because all he did was Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, Roman's worldwide.
And I'm saying to you, listen, you're going to tell me Roman Reigns was much bigger than Andre ever was?
Well, in his time, no, because Andre was he was a spectacle. There's a difference.
And that's what I'm saying to you is, you couldn't see Andre on TV, on the internet and stuff like that.
Even Andre, right? Now, going back, even Andre does not get the fucking fan response that Roman does.
You're right.
And it's not a fucking it's not a shot in the fucking dark.
No,
It's
you want to go that route?
Time.
Hey, you want to go that route? For the first 2 years, Taker got more response than Roman did in 10.
Bullshit. He got a response because they were terrified of him.
That's what I'm saying. His response.
The response that Roman gets, and how many times they put their fingers in the air.
When you first went to your first show and you were there and you saw The Undertaker, if
you're
you
going to
heard
tell me,
hold
on, you're going to tell me that Roman hasn't hit a point where mainstream is not, he's not hitting mainstream.
Is he in the top
yet.
10? Yes. Is he in the top 4? No.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Top 10, yes. Top 4, no.
Who's in your top 4?
I just told you. Andre, Hogan, Flair, Austin. Top 4.
You can take Andre off there. You can put Roman there. You can take the only thing Flair had was a gimmick, but the motherfucker, he could wrestle. But was Flair's mainstream? I'm talking mainstream. Was Flair mainstream? Other than
I'm saying these guys were mainstream before there was anything called the internet.
Hold on. You know what? Get that video loaded. Yeah, I have a video that's going to change your mind about Roman right now. Right now.
A big fella. Need help finding the relish. Oh, pickles.
Acknowledge me! Acknowledge me!
Well, aren't you?
That should have been a Super Bowl commercial. that should have been a Super Bowl commercial.
You acknowledge him now.
I ain't saying I didn't acknowledge him. I'm just saying I don't think he's one of the top 4.
Put your finger up and acknowledge him.
I don't think he's one of the top 4.
Acknowledge him.
You said put my
That's right, Adrian. Now you know.
I can say. And I met the Undertaker once, and he was intimidating. Now think about it like this. I don't even think Bob Backlund. I don't even think Bob Backlund was in the discussion.
Tell him. Let the world know.
But I know
after he beats CM Punk at WrestleMania, you will have to acknowledge him.
You want to put it like this, then okay. Is Roman Reigns in the same discussion as Iron Sheik?
Yeah. Bullshit.
A cheeky baby.
No, he's not.
Come on, Dan. Come on, Dan.
No, he's not. I'm sorry. That there's a line I have to draw. The line I have to draw.
I won't beat Punk. Punk will retain? Nah.
No. Shush your face.
I think he could retain for one reason.
Why?
The schedule. Roman might not want to be on the road.
Give a fuck. Then he'll just drop the belt afterwards. Somebody else.
And so if he retains and AJ gets the belt from Becky, we can have a couple's intermarriage belt title.
They did that. They had John. Well, they were together. They had John Cena and fucking Nikki Bella. Yay!
You know what sad is? Her sister got the loudest reaction at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I like that.
Why?
I like how he just put that. Roman didn't sell tickets like the guys back in the day.
But this isn't a company like back in the day.
And during 2020, they didn't sell any tickets because it was COVID.
It was Cobra. They had Cobra back then.
Cobra?
Cobra.
COVID.
I never told you that story, have I? So I had a little girl come up, and I was at work, and everybody was wearing masks, and she looks at her mom, and she pulls her on her little dress and goes, "Mommy, I don't want to get Cobra."
Aww. Listen, in her defense, I'd rather get Cobra than Cobra. Oh God, John!
John. He's rage baiting. He's fucking rage baiting right now.
Oh man, we can name 2 tag teams for the women that, put them to shame. I'll put the Kabuki Warriors and Io and Rhea against the Bella Twins.
Oh hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Are we still live?
I would actually do Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. 2. I noticed I went around the other tall freak.
What?
I went around the tall freak there.
What tall freak?
What's it? The one that hangs out with Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez.
Are you talking about fucking Rodriguez?
There you go.
Why?
Like I just said, she has all the tools.
Yeah, her look is shit though. I'm sorry. I like Raquel Rodriguez. I think she could be great. But I'm going to be honest, and you want to call it like it is. Kevin Nash was called Big Sexy because Kevin Nash was big and sexy. Raquel Rodriguez is not sexy. Put
it this way, and as much as
in your world, our opinions may be different from someone named fucking Jacoby. Jacoby thinks she's sexy.
Hold on, because I think he would
really.
read this. Hey, in his world, Nia Jax is more sexier than Raquel Rodriguez.
I think Nia Jax can be very sexy.
That's what I was saying.
Stop looking like a fucking mascara bottle or stop dressing like fucking Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
And you know what? I do want to talk about something that happened Monday. Speaking of the women. I'm sure he did. That's great, Leland. Doesn't change the fact that Raquel Rodriguez, in my opinion, and many other people, is not sexy. But talking about the women's matches, Ivy Nile is a fucking G, and I love Ivy Nile, and she's a workhorse. Fuck, what the fuck happened on Monday in her match with Rhea Ripley and fucking the Bird Girl? That was botch fucking city.
I think Lyra Figueroa, I think she needs to go back.
That sounds like a fucking ST. What's a Lava Gura? Lyra. Okay, no, say it with me. Lyra.
Valkyria.
Lyra.
Okay, listen.
Valkyria.
I think she needs to go back to NXT. She's not doing it on the main roster.
Like next? You mean next? She needs to go back to
NXT.
I'm so proud of you right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. No.
Let me think.
Put it this way. When
yeah, he did, Leland. Yeah, he did.
Hey, when Seth turned on the Shield, it wasn't nearly as good as when Sean turned on Marty.
No, that's not what I'm not even going that route. I'm going about pound for pound, match for match. No,
I'm just saying, just in that alone.
Okay.
It wasn't as good. The turn wasn't as good.
Here's why I'll agree with you, but it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the fact that what was Shawn Michaels' main nickname that he fucking carried for years? Mr. What? Mr. What?
Mr. WrestleMania, the main eventer.
Seth Rollins has been in WrestleMania matches that I don't even fucking remember.
Nope.
You remember Shawn Michaels. I'm sorry, he doesn't have one. I don't think he has the moveset. I don't think he has charisma. I don't think he has a stamina.
I will put you the difference. Just so you know, Auntie. Seth needs to be in the main event. Shawn didn't need to be in the main event to steal the show.
I will go down on record as of saying that Seth Rollins.
You get my point on that.
I get that. Calm the fuck down. Calm down. Okay. Her name is Vakir. Stephanie Vakir. Remember that. Anyway, I will say this, and this is going to be a hard take. I will always say that Seth Rollins was the worst member of the Shield. He could wrestle, but he had no fucking charisma. All he had was this. He had a laugh.
It's like that hyena in the desert.
John Moxley is a great fucking character. He's a great fucking promo, and the motherfucker can work. And Roman is your fucking main eventer. You can say, look, take it how you want it. Yes, he was pushed down our throats in the beginning. Suffering succotash was a thing. But motherfucker he could put asses in seats. Seth does not put asses in seats. And what did
he makes people leave the seats?
Jim Ross said it himself. We could be great at wrestling, you can be great at talking, but ultimately what your job is to put an ass every 10 inches. That's what your job is to do. And if you can't put an ass every 10 inches, you're not going to be the man. So I go back to Roman and say,
I'm trying to find that person who has the 10-inch ass. Because I'll tell you this right now. Most places I go into, it's 31 inches.
Shut the fuck up, Gerard, okay? But what I'm saying is, motherfuckers, that's their job. Roman does that. Whether you like it or not, Roman does it better than anybody in wrestling right now. Roman Reigns put asses in seats. Tell me he doesn't.
And that's why I'm saying, Sean, no matter where Sean was on the card, people wanted to see him. Seth, unless he is the main event.
Okay, so to that question, Anthony, or Adrian, I'm sorry, I'll say Punk can out-talk him, but Seth can wrestle. But Seth is a fucking, he's got the same cookie-cutter fucking moves. Punk, I don't like Punk's in-ring style. I don't. I've never been a fan of it, right? But Punk is still, in my opinion, a better transitional wrestler. He is able to use his fucking groundwork and submission game to make a match believable. Seth Rollins is one of those wrestlers who I'll never like their style because he's a spot monkey to me. You're moving from spot to spot with him. Oh, you're moving from buckle bomb to sling blade to fucking stomp to possible pedigree. You're not, or fucking a Falcon's arrow. Like he's a fucking more technical John Cena in the ring to me.
Here's a key here's the key I want you to understand, Adrian. Seth Rollins has never had the ability to carry the match on his own.
Now, hold on. Let me clarify that. Tyler Black could fucking wrestle. Tyler Black could wrestle like a motherfucker. Tyler Black was his original name when he was in Ring of Honor, etc. And Tyler Black was a far superior in-ring competitor than Seth Rollins, in my opinion.
Colby Lewis, to me, could not carry a match by himself. CM Punk can carry a match.
Hold on. Now Seth can make a guy look great. If you watch any match with him and Roman, what a fucking match.
But is that more on Roman than it is on Seth, though?
It was a lot to do on Roman because Roman was chasing him to beat his fucking ass.
It's like Brock Lesnar gets a lot of complaints of his style, but he's made a number of guys look incredible.
If he likes them.
Correct. Like I said, the first match he had, the match he had with Roman at SummerSlam, that match was phenomenal. That was all Brock making that happen, though.
He made Roman look fucking beatable. Like Roman, they were building up to be this monster, and Brock made him look like a bitch. Now, that being said, the matches he had with AJ Styles, fuck. The match he had with Daniel Bryan. Brock, for people who don't understand, Brock can fucking go.
For a big guy his size?
Watch his shit in fucking OVW. Watch his shit in his before UFC. The motherfucker can go. He chooses to do this suplex gimmick because that's what gets over. He's not stupid. He's not some stupid fucking hit from the fucking.
I'll put it like this. Unfortunately, his downfall in the ring will always come back to the moonsault at WrestleMania where he damn near.
But the thing, okay, so even then, people say that he couldn't do it. The motherfucker was doing it for years. The problem, and nobody seems to fucking understand this, it wasn't that he couldn't do the fucking move. Kurt Angle was 2/3 of the way across the ring. He overextended himself. If he would have taken the time to pull Kurt over and hit that fucking shooting star, chef's kiss would have been fucking beautiful.
But you get where I'm gonna go with that. It was like he could always do it. Right coming out of NCAA, he could get in the ring. Listen, the only difference between him and Kurt was one had a gold medal. Because I'll tell you this right now, when Brock first came on the scene, we were all, holy crap, who is this guy? He was wrestling just like Kurt was. The only difference was he wasn't doing it with a broken freaking neck. Hey! Here we go. You just made my night, brother.
I want you to block that account right now. Block that fucking account right now. Get that shit out of here. How about them Seahawks?
Hey, hold on. I'll still take my 6 to your 5. Thank you.
How about them Seahawks?
And I'll still take my 9 championships to your 1.
Okay, hold on. There's all this shit talk about that. You know that Gerard usually calls me at least every Monday or every Sunday after we do the show. We have a discussion. Gerard did not call me until Thursday of this week. Why? Because he was in mourning because his trashy ass fucking Patriots got their ass handed to him in the fucking Super Bowl. Just gonna put that out there. Spread the fourth wall a little bit.
That was so last week.
John, he might, but I think that's gonna be a good match. I mean, look. But I feel like
you know what? Let's talk about that comment. Let's talk about that for a second. If Ober is to lose, does it hurt?
Hold on. Before we do that, hold on, Leland. It's not that I'm switching teams. My hatred for the Patriots will live on even past my death. I'm always gonna be a Cowboys fan, and the Cowboys.
He's a Cowboys fan, but he hates Jerry.
I know. I hate Jerry, but I hate one person more, and that is fucking Bill Belichick and anything to do with the fucking Patriots. Tom Brady, I like. Tom Brady, after he left the Patriots, it's crazy how that worked out. I became such a big fan of his.
Oh, when he went to Tampa Bay and won another one?
And won another one because he didn't need the fucking Patriots. Now, as for the Patriots, did you ever come into my city, into my town, into my home and tell me that the Cowboys are not America's team? Let me make a real quick correction. We're going to get off wrestling for just a second. I'm sure in this great country that we live in, all the way from Alaska to Hawaii and everywhere in between, they know who the Patriots are, and that's great. That's fucking wonderful. You know that? That's wonderful. You know where they know the fucking Cowboys? All over the fucking world. You can go to fucking Japan and they have things dedicated. Hold on, hold the fuck on. You know what? I'll get to those cheerleaders, those lovely, beautiful women that dance. They have the Cowboys, just like anywhere you go in the world. If you look at any of those videos that came over from Ukraine and shit, they didn't say come and help us Massachusetts. They said come and help us Texas. Why? Because they know we get shit done now here in Texas. Now, as you so eloquently brought up my beautiful Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, you can make a fucking career to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. Whoever remembered a fucking Patriots cheerleader? I rest my case. Now back to wrestling.
Wait a minute, hold on. There is one. She's married to a guy named Corey Graves. Carmella.
So one girl with a fucking. I'm not going to talk shit about Carmella because she went through some shit. I'm going to be nice. But
she was a cheerleader, but then she was a wrestler, and then she got choreographed.
There you go.
She's not being remembered for her cheerleading career.
Anyway.
Don't talk shit about the Yankees either, Leland.
Fuck the Yankees.
I like that. It doesn't make them good. Just most well know. Very good. Very good.
Go ahead and block that account for me.
Yeah, that one I'll block.
That one you can block.
Well, Dan, you keep that up. I'm blocking everybody tonight.
Now, as for what John said about Brock and Obafemi, I think we all remember a Royal Rumble where Brock Lesnar was dominating that motherfucker, and then all of a sudden, someone came out. Someone who was not of the best physique, but someone who could do things. He was from, I believe he's from Wichita. Was it Wichita Falls? Yeah, Wichita Falls, Texas. He's a big man. He was a limitless man. His name was Keith Lee. And they proceeded to have one hell of a fucking 5 minutes where we would just watch those big bastards beat the shit out of each other. I will argue Obafemi has a ability to surpass that. He has a draw. He has a look.
Can he pass Mark Henry?
Oh, 100%. I love Mark Henry, but yes, I think he can. I don't think he'll be the world's strongest man, but I think he is. Obafemi, let's give him an opportunity. This isn't like the Jey Uso shit. Obafemi really is a big fucking deal. Like, I think Obafemi could, with all the influx of talent, he's the one I'm most interested in. Not Trick Williams, not any of these other fuckers. Obafemi is who I'm interested in.
Let me ask you a question. I will say it like this. I put a lot of stock in entrances. In Obafemi's entrance, it gets the crowd over.
That strut to the ring.
It gets the crowd over. You know, and that's the thing to me, because how many guys have made a career off that entrance? What are they doing on that entrance?
He not only walks down with that fucking entrance, right? But then he kicks your fucking ass. Yep. What you got for me?
I want you to take me to Funky Town. Won't you take me to Funky Town?
But you're watching it. We just got flagged.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, to be honest with you, John,
I won't give a fuck about this. It's not about the struggles, John.
Well,
I want to.
In all honesty, where's Brock live? In the jungles of Canada somewhere. Nobody knows. He lives in somewhere in the jungles of Canada.
There's no jungles in fucking Canada, you weird motherfucker.
I'm saying is he lives somewhere where he's covered in forests and woods and stuff like that.
He lives in fucking Saskatchewan. There's no fucking jungle. He lives on a farm.
I said in the woods somewhere in Saskatchewan. Up here we call them woods and forests. Down there they call them jungles. The only difference is lions and tigers and bears. Where Saskatchewan might only have, polar bears or whatever you want to call them up
I'll
there.
have to ask Coco about that on Thursday.
I don't know how far up he lives.
About the jungles of Canada.
The deepest, darkest jungles of Canada. He shares his house with Akeem.
Well, they farm the finest of maple syrups.
Right. And Canadian whiskey.
The reason why I think I know I disagree with both you and John is if you watch their interaction with the Rumble, Brock didn't just throw it away. They didn't touch. They didn't touch each other. There was a stare down. There was a build. Fucking
Just like
Royce Keys didn't get.
And Jade Cargill.
Hold on. Royce Keys didn't get that stare down.
Nope.
Nobody else got that stare down. It was literally those two monsters staring each other down.
Like I said, when Bianca and Jade had it last year, I think he'll be a good mid-card talent. I don't think he'll ever be in the top.
Which is a shame because the man can wrestle, but he suffers from the same thing that Darby Allin does. He's just too small. And I know, look, I call myself a hypocrite about this all the time. I have to admit it, though. I'm a hypocrite because for years, I sat there and I was all about the small guys getting up. But damn it, there is some point that just doesn't work. I'm sorry. It doesn't fucking work. And I like Carmelo, and I think he can wrestle, and I think he's good. Never going to be big enough to be the big deal. I'm sorry. Yeah, they don't make them like AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels anymore. They just don't.
You know who, unfortunately, Carmelo reminds me too much of? He reminds me too much of MVP. When MVP first came in.
But see, MVP was stocky as shit. I'm the MVP.
He reminds me of that skinnier. Because MVP, though, when he was balling, that's what Carmelo Hayes reminds me of right now.
Great. But that's the problem. MVP could look like a world champion.
Yep.
Melo does not feel, he's not filled out. You know, like look at guys like Eddie Guerrero, right? He wasn't the biggest guy, but damn it, he made you feel like he was. Chris Benoit, not the biggest guy, but made you feel.
But what was Eddie's gimmick? I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna.
He
told you what he was gonna do.
And that's the thing. Melo, some of these guys, you know, maybe
it's not your father's wrestling anymore. That's the problem.
It's not, and that is a big deal because wrestling itself is hard to. It's hard because now you have all these fucking writers, and I think all that is a hindrance, right? When you don't if you don't have the fucking talent, you don't have the chops to be a wrestler. Everybody can be a fucking wrestler now. It's weird. You had Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? Steve Williams was Stone Cold Steve Austin and Steve Williams turned up to 11. The Rock was Dwayne Johnson turned up to 11. Triple H is Paul Levesque, turned up to 11. Every one of these characters had a personality. Ric Flair was Richard Fliehr, turned up to 11.
You know what? Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, was the alter ego. Okay? Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, that was the alter ego. The problem with today's guys and back then was you lived your gimmick. These guys today,
well, speaking of, we haven't even talked about this, but I do want to talk about this because it's on the thumbnail. And we brought up Braun and we brought up fucking Chelsea. But what's up with this injury bug? We only have 6 minutes, Gerard. What's going on with the injuries? And if you say because they're not doing house shows,
no. Listen. The one with Braun, coming from somebody who's had this happen, you don't know when it will happen. You don't know how it's going to happen. You could sneeze and it happens. Okay.
Well, to be fair, I sneezed and farted one day and threw it on my back. So
a hernia operation is something to where, depending on the level you have it, it could be, hey, we can take care of this, yada yada yada, or we got to take care of this now. And from what we was hearing, it became we got to take care of this now because it can become life-threatening.
Let me ask you this. What John said in there in the chat, if you'll put that up, dear. What John just said, his last comment. Do you think that the old ways of training and the old ways of fucking getting prepared for a match and the old ways of getting guys in the ring, that pre-workout, that pre-stuff. The reason they're losing and getting hurt so fast is because they're not keeping to the old ideals of the classic wrestlers.
John will understand this. Iron Mike Sharp. Okay, he'll understand it. First one in, last one out every day. I think the guys and girls today, and Bailey even says it best. When's my match? That's all I want. When's my match? They don't hang around, don't watch, don't want to learn from their peers. Freak accidents are going to happen. We all understand this. Chelsea, it's a freak accident. You can't even say, hey, not being in the ring, you can't say that because that's a freak accident. Broken ankle, hernia. Like I said, a hernia, you can get taking a shit at home. Okay? Not so you can't even.
What kind of shit are you taking?
No, I'm just saying. Sneezing, taking a shit, it doesn't matter. Hernia can do like that. It doesn't. And you know, sad part is, it affects men and women the same. It can happen to either sex. It doesn't matter. It just can hurt men a hell of a lot more. But the same thing with the broken ankle. You could walk down the street, hit an uneven curb, snap your ankle. So the injuries that some of these performers are doing right now, it's the fuck it.
I just
Injury.
I'm not trying to give the subject. I just noticed something. That image you have there, right? That's the legitimate elimination chamber fucking promo, right?
Yeah.
Picture.
They got Braun Breaker in it.
I know that. So that adds more cadence to what I'm about to ask you. Why is there more women on there than there is men?
I don't think.
Matter of fact, why is there more women on there that are probably not going to be in the match?
Well, but I think that it's because remember, Becky's going to be fighting AJ Lee. So my only thing is on this right now, because Jade doesn't even need to be in the Elimination Chamber.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Tiffany already won her spot. That's what I picked up. I mean,
I find it interesting because it makes me think that they like who's winning the Elimination Chamber? Who's going in? Who's winning?
men.
Because they don't even have Orton on there.
Men, you're correct. I think men, Jacob Fatu, because I honestly believe both Jacob and Roman highlighting WrestleMania says something. And I think it says one of the two nights. I don't want to see it, but I just think you're going to hear, do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
No.
I just have this feeling. I don't want to see it. I don't care to see it.
Yeah, you do. You love The Rock.
But I have a funny feeling you are, and I think you're going to see an exodus of people if he does. The only good thing about that will be the end of the night. That's it. As far as the women go, no. As far as the women go,
So John, before you say anything, I think that if he, depending on their age, like where their ages are, I think Logan Paul is probably one of the most talented individuals and picked it up faster. I would compare his ability to pick up wrestling to that of one person, and that's Kurt Angle.
Yep.
The speed of how he's picked up wrestling and become a talent and had legitimate main events is amazing.
They did it right, Dan. They did it right with him. They slowed it down, got him good matches so where people could, hey, he might be a prick on the mic, but I want to watch him wrestle.
And I think that if you comparatively to AJ Styles at this point in her career, I think Logan Paul has had more mainstream, and this is take the YouTube shit out of it. I think he's done better and had more mainstream fucking exposure than AJ ever did because he earned it, because he did an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Logan Paul as a person from what I've seen. Don't get me started with Prime and all the other shit. But the kid is fucking smart and he knows what he's doing.
And just one quick, I think the women's winner is Roxanne Perez.
No.
So you have Liv and Roxanne.
That person's going to have to go after Jade. I think that I don't know. Fucking know. I don't know who's gonna go after fucking.
Unless we have a surprise with Bianca Belair this coming Friday.
Oh, 100%. I think older Randy Orton, younger fucking shithead Randy Orton. No.
No, if we had this Randy Orton 20 years ago, holy crap!
Now, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win it. I don't know who's going to win the women's chamber. I don't know who's going to win the men's. I'm curious.
We have another week to keep predicting. So same bad time, same bad channel.
Oh yeah, we got to correct that before we go. Gerard is fucking telling me we can't do shit. So we're not going to be on Saturday next week like we planned. We'll be on Sunday. But we are going to Saturdays.
After Elimination Chamber.
And further after that, if there's a pay-per-view, we'll be on that following Sunday. Are we done now?
Like I said, same bad time, same bad channel.
All of you Marks have been listening to the Marks Podcast on YouTube.